Hey all, Jason Levon, priest at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to another Pause and Pray. One of the healthier habits I have in life is that almost every Sunday I take a Sabbath run. It's my way of entering into Sabbath, actually, because running is one of the few things that really pulls me into a sacred quietness, stilling my mind. And I take this Sabbath run after all of my church work is done. So it's usually taken in the early afternoon, after the last liturgy has been celebrated and coffee hour is wrapped up and cleaned up and vestry meeting's done if we happen to have a vestry meeting that Sunday, and the liturgy that was recorded is edited and uploaded onto Facebook and YouTube, and I get out the parish post, which is our weekly communication, both via email, and I also have to print and mail hard copies of it to those who don't use email in our parish. And when all of that is done, usually early Sunday afternoon, I take a Sabbath run. I go out and just kind of take a leisurely 3 or 4 mile run. Again, because running has been such a gift to me in my life, and in its ability to pull me into a sacred quietness, stilling my mind, which just typically never stops. And this past Sunday, I was out on a Sabbath run in Humboldt Park here when I encountered a young father experiencing that same gift of sacred quietness, albeit in a very different way. While I was running and finding quietness that way, he was finding quietness in a very logical and direct way by taking a nap under an oak tree, and he had his little baby on his chest who was napping with him. I found myself uttering a prayer of gratitude for the gift of the sacred quietness that both me and that baby and that dad were experiencing in that moment. And I knew that eventually I'd have to get back to the noise of the world that awaits. It's why on my Sabbath runs I really don't always like them to end, because I know I'm coming back to all the noise that fills my mind when I'm not running. But in the moment I was grateful for the sacred quietness it brought. In today's daily office, we pray Psalm 122, which encourages us to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and then goes on to articulate some of the fruits of that sacred peace. One of them being a quietness within the towers of the city. And what a wonderful invitation for us today to pause and pray about how we experience that fruit of divine peace, that sacred quietness in between the towers of our lives. Some of us find that gift through things like running or napping or spending time in the garden or savoring the quiet ride to and from work. I have a friend who's a mother of 3 young children, and she finds sacred quietness in the bathroom where she can lock the door and just kind of have a moment to herself. And however we find it, we give thanks to God for the gift it brings in allowing us to find some stillness, body, mind, and soul, even if just for a moment, and catch our breaths as we recognize that so much that tries to catch us up in life is really just noise. God's peace and blessings to you all.